Data protection is the fair and proper use of information about people. It's part of the fundamental right to privacy, but on a more practical level, it's really about building trust about people and organizations. It's also about removing unnecessary barriers to trade and cooperation. It exists in part because of international treaties for common standards that enable the free flow of data across borders. Data protection is essential to innovation. Good practice in data protection is vital to ensure public trust in engagement with and support for innovative use of data in both the public and private sectors. Michael Shile and Urena Okonne from Taxaide tells us more.
Welcome to Privacy Notes. My name is Michael Gbenga and Urena. I have here with me my colleague, Urena Okonne. In today's episode, we'll be discussing about data protection. What does it take to protect your data? What are the benefits of becoming a privacy professional? What do you need to do to be a privacy professional? What are the opportunities available to you as a data privacy professional? We'll be looking at these and much more when we come back. Privacy Notes is a weekly podcast brought to you from Taxaide Technologies Limited, Taxaide, and the NDPR Academy. Taxaide is a technology development company responsible for the provision of software development services, cyber security services, and data protection compliance services. I still have my colleague here with me, Urena. Urena, how are you doing?
Hi, Michael. I'm very well, thank you.
Good to have you here. As usual, we're going to be doing this. Is going to be a very, very long journey. I mean, this is just the first step in this journey. In today's episode, we'll be touching on data protection, looking at a few definitions. What is data protection, like we mentioned earlier on? Urena, let's come down on layman's terms now. If someone approaches you all of a sudden and says, okay, what is data protection? What would you tell them?
Okay, so
from a layman's terms now, we don't want to go all professional and all techie right now. We just want to come down to people's level. So how would you define data protection?
So data protection is just basically you being protected as a person. So basically I would say it as, if I'm going to give my information to someone, what is that person going to do with it? Do you need that information? What are you going to do with that information? At what extent do I know the level of interaction you're going to have with my information? And I'm going to give an example. If I go to the bank and they say they want my name and my surname, I have the right to ask them, what do you need it for? Okay. And then I also have the right to withdraw it anytime I want to.
So when they say your name and surname, I think that's pretty basic. But when they start asking things like maybe what are your religious affiliations, like maybe you see your form, they're asking questions like, what is your religion? What is your political party? And all that. You begin to wonder, is this relevant? Why do you need this amount of data?
Exactly, totally.
So basically, if you're to define it, I think I'm coming home now, we could easily say data protection basically is the process of safeguarding important information from corruption, compromise, or loss of some sort. I'm lifting actually from a definition there of a general definition of data protection there. So now that helps us define data protection. Now, in today's world, now we notice that the practice of data protection is becoming much more popular. People are becoming more aware of their data, how they need to protect it. Right, we see people are getting more aware of this, and so what benefits are there per se about becoming a privacy professional? Because it's not just beyond protecting the data; they are now custodians of this conversation who know they need to be in that place to actually protect people's data or provide this service. So, what benefits can we see? Now, we're going to be highlighting this benefits of being a privacy professional and how one can become a privacy professional. So, we'll take another quick break. I'll be back to discuss these questions. Okay, so we're back again. Still privacy notes. So we had a question before we went on break. So what are the benefits of being a privacy professional? That is a data privacy professional now. So, Urena, you wanted to do a quick justice to that.
Okay, so as Michael earlier said, privacy rights issues are a major risk flashpoint for major organizations. So basically, when you're a privacy professional, what that means is that you're an authority in that space, and you know the measures to help, people and organizations to prevent their data from being breached, right?
Yeah.
So what that means is that if I give my name or my details or whatever it is to organization, I can trust that it's going to be safe. Why? Because they have a data protection professional, which can be you. You can be that data protection professional who ensures compliance, with all the regulations. That's one. And also be talking about others as time goes on.
All right. Thank you very much, Urena. So that's one of the benefits of being a privacy professional. Besides that too, apart from the fact that you become quite important in your organization as a data protection officer, there's also the monetary aspect as well too. These days, it's actually estimated that privacy professionals have an average annual salary now of about $100,000 thereabout. Yes, I think statistics have proved that on an annual basis now they end thereabout. So that shows that there's actually a huge demand for this service, and the more people actually are aware of this and why they need to protect their data, they know they need to engage privacy professionals in this field. So definitely it's one of the benefits as well. So now let's come home now to Nigeria. So far, with the NDPR, which was instituted in 2019, that's the National Data Protection Regulation 2019 by the NITDA, that's the National Information Technology Development Agency. So since this regulation has been released, we've seen the compliance has actually increased on the bit. More people are getting aware of the need to protect their data, especially on the organizational front. Most organizations are getting more informed now on the need to secure the data they have. So basically, once you have somebody's data, it means the person is actually giving you his information to, then the fact that you have that information, automatically the onus is on you to protect that information. So now we need more privacy professionals. So Urena, from our view, from Taxaide point of view now, can we let the people know, our audience now know, how do we become privacy professionals? How do they become a privacy professional if they want to become one?
So Taxaide, which is a licensed data protection compliance organization by NITDA, has provided a large space for people to get trained as data protection professionals. Now, what NITDA has given the authority to DPCOs to do is they're giving them the go ahead and train people, go ahead and certify people, go ahead and spread the market, the news about this data protection. So what Taxaide has is NDPR Academy. And so what NDPR Academy does is to train and certify, people on this data protection.
Yeah, that's true. The NDPR Academy is actually an initiative of Taxaide and 21 Search. So Taxaide, we mentioned earlier on, is a technology development company, while 21 Search is actually a training certifications company. So together they came up with the NDPR Academy, which so far in the last less than 1 year actually, the first set of classes took place in December 2019. And so far, Taxaide and NDPR Academy has actually trained over 200 participants at both the foundation and the professional level. So basically, whoever passes through the NDPR Academy qualifies as a privacy professional. So if you want to have more ideas, more insights in how you can practice as a privacy professional, then the NDPR Academy is actually where you should sign up or belong. We had the last set of trainings recently, and a couple of trainings are still going on. So simply go on our website on the ndpracademy.ng, and you could actually sign up and register to becoming a privacy professional. The NDPR Academy gives you all that level of training to become this and be relevant in the data protection space.
That was Michael and Urena from Taxaide Technologies Limited. Thanks for listening to Privacy Notes. Next, we'll talk about the epidemic of scam phone calls in Nigeria.